How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Blue Shifting and welcome back to Muv-Luv Monday, where sobering is the word I would choose for last episode. It was intense. We got to see Takaru in his element, and he is terrifying, effective, and amazing. I mean, we knew it, but still, seeing it's a whole nother thing. It's kind of sad he was being used against people, but, you know, he did save Miono, so that's really good. And then the crazy French dropped a nuke on everybody, and well, it looks like Yuzuka's alive. It looked like she got pretty badly hurt too, so we're gonna probably find out here shortly how she's doing. Because I'm kind of freaking out about that, but we'll get there. But yeah, so the attempted global coup seems to have been resolved. So we're probably going to be learning a lot about the fallout of that for the next few episodes. But yeah, talk about intense. It was really intense. And so I'm really curious to see how things are going to go. But yeah, other than just like the obvious of like how insane everything that happened last episode was, like there's really not much else to say other than like I'm anxious to see how things have progressed. Like it looks like it's been several weeks. I think we're in like January or February now. So like it's been probably like 6 weeks since all of that. So I'm really curious to see like kind of how things are playing out across everything else. So I'll get the sound back on and we'll just dive right into it. All right, so what's wrong feeling sleepy?
なんだかすごく賑やかだなって。まるでフランスとの戦争なんかなかったみたいで。
I mean, that's like positive.
逆よ雫。戦争があったからこんなに賑やかなの。今度こそ戦争が終わるってね。
Yeah, I could see that.
どれだけの犠牲が出たのかはみんな知らないんだもの。
Yeah.
そうだよね。本当のことは知らないんだよね。
Really? Did they cover all of it up? Like a nuke going off? I mean, with how barren everything is in the United States, it could be possible. But did they really like maybe that was a tool they used to try to like to make it all peaceful? They kind of like said, hey, agree to our terms and we won't make you seem like the most horrible people in the world and you'll be inducted into our alliance and we'll provide you with like basic necessities.
そこは悲しむところじゃないわ。その方がみんなにとっては幸せなことだもの。
うん。それよりゆずちゃん大丈夫かな。いつになったら会えるのかな。
Yeah.
大丈夫。すぐに会えるわよ。それより雫も体調変化にも注意してね。除染はしたけど被爆したのは間違いないんだから。
Yeah. Like, from what I understand of decontamination, which I'm definitely not an expert, like, so the bomb initial going off will be a burst of neutrino particles and alpha and gamma particles. Those will probably just go straight through even most TSF suits. Especially because they went outside a little bit, too. Decontamination is kind of where they take off all the clothes and anything, like they deep wash you, make sure all the dust and anything that could still be radioactive is off of you, and they likely have them taking isotopes like charcoals that go through the body and like kind of attach like particles that might be radioactive still and try and like help flush them out of your system. But that could take a long time, and even then, there's still a good chance they're going to have long-term effects from it, sadly.
それを言うならエレンちゃんだよ。ゆずちゃんの次に危なかったんだから。
強化装備様々よね。フレームが歪んで機密性が保てなくなっても生き残ったのはそのおかげだわ。
Dang, that's crazy.
あ、見えてきたよ。
さあ、この話はもうおしまい。みんなを安心させてあげましょう。
みんな、ただいま。あ、しずく姉ちゃん。
しずく姉ちゃんだ。しずく姉ちゃん、おかえり。
I'm glad these guys are doing okay.
まあまあ、しずくちゃん。無事に帰ってきてくれてよかったわ。
It's so nice hearing this music. This music always means happy things.
ただいま戻りました。
Hey.
よしずく元気そうで何よりじゃん。
Ichiro, I'm glad you're doing better and you did a good job keeping everyone from panicking, but you're still a kid.
一郎くんただいま。
エレンもご苦労。俺たちのためによく働いてくれた。
I think I clicked too quickly. Hang on. Let's get to that log. Oh, yeah, no, so you just did a pose. Okay, good.
何よ偉そうね。
多めに見てあげて。何しろ一郎くん今回はすごく頼りになったから。
It's good.
シアトルにミサイルが落ちてくるって街がパニックになった時、一郎くんはすごく冷静でみんなを落ち着けてくれたのよ。
That's awesome.
へえやるじゃない。
立浪注意やしずく姉ちゃんとエレお姉ちゃんがいるから大丈夫って教えてくれたの。
立浪は言ってないだろ。
Yeah, you did.
言ってたよ。覚えてるもん。
I love it. It's so cute. It's so good to see.
あれはおまけで仲間に入れてやっただけだ。
Haha.
一郎くんすごいよ。
子供扱いすんなよ。別に普通のことしただけだ。
It's funny because like I've been thinking a lot about Takaru because he's like in part of this series officially now. He reminds me a lot of Takaru, which is funny because like this music's probably helping that, but like extra Takaru and Ichiro like the what is he like 12 years old? Interesting how their personalities are so similar, right?
俺は立浪みたいなチビとは違うんだ。あんなやつよりすぐにでかくなるんだからな。俺の方が頼れる男なんだぞ。
そっかそっか。それでしずく姉ちゃんに頼ってもらうんだ。
Ellen.
そんなんじゃねえよ。
照れない照れない。
照れてない。
私は一郎くんのこと頼りにしてるよ。みんなのことよろしくね。
おう
Yeah, I think he does have a crush.
さあさあちょうどいい時間だからみんなでおやつにしましょう。さあ準備を始めて。
ところでさ、その立浪のやつは今日は来ないのか。
ああちょっと病院に。
Probably with Yuzuka.
怪我したのか。
違う違う。別に響が怪我したわけじゃないのよ。ゆずかの付き添いよ。
なんだ驚かせんなよ。それで仙道さんは大丈夫なのか。
言いたいことが2つ。その1、結局響のことも心配なのね。
そんなことはねえよこんなやつ。
その2、なんでゆずかだけさん付けで呼ぶの？
Uh-huh.
本当だ。エレンちゃんすごい。
It's true. He's not so formal with he's formal with her, but not with everyone else.
うるせえ。たまたまだよ。たまたま。
All right, here we go. Hey, Takaru. Just
報
thinking
告
about
は
you.
以上になります。詳細については報告書にしたためてあります。
It's weird hearing his voice. He hasn't talked a whole lot up till now. It's weird. I also hate how dead he looks.
周囲の獅子奮陣の働きについては別口で報告を受けている。感情に値する戦果を上げたとな。だが
Everything's been covered up.
ゲグラン少佐わざと逃がしたわけではあるまいな。
Oh.
ログは提出しています。ご確認ください。
Interesting. Interesting. How would he do that?
白金注意。
は、
こたびの戦場働き賞賛に値する。まさに姫君を守護する英士にふさわしい働きだ。
Oh, interesting. So he knows about that.
ありがとうございます。
そのまま一介の英士として生きていくつもりか。
私は一英士です。
He's like, it's what I am.
今の私はそれだけです。
つまらん答えだな。注意。
He doesn't have ambition
しかし
because he doesn't want it.
白金注意の機動戦技は尋常ではありません。どうすればあのような発想が生まれるやら。
I wonder. They rely on him. I wonder if they are starting to like fear him. Like so he was asked like, so what do you want to be? You know, you can't just be a surface pilot. Like, what do you like? What do you want to become? Like, what are your ambitions essentially? It's like kind of probing him for that, and he's just like, I'm a surface pilot, that's all I am. They don't believe that for a second, I don't think. So maybe they're worried he's going to like go for power grab. And like Makabe wondering if he let like the leader of the French armies go rather than like purposely destroying her. Like if like he somehow is like trying to outmaneuver them or outplay them, especially because it looks like their plans up till now have likely relied on Takaru so much. He's such a linchpin to like everything they've been doing that as like if he no longer has any information to provide them, like if he doesn't have any more real foreknowledge to be able to offer, like they might be, I wonder if they might be worried that he like knows too much and is too powerful to control, and they might try and get rid of him.
今回はサービスが過ぎたかもしれません。よほどのアホでもない限り、キャツの軌道は記録に収めようとするでしょう。
隠すより公にすることの方が大きい。恐れてくれるならよし、学んでくれるのであればなおよし。
わかりました。ではそろそろ
タイミングは一任する。
は。別件ですが、藤原から報告がありました。例のレポート、未だに消息が不明のようです。
Fujiwara.
強引にことを運ばないと間に合わなくなる可能性が。
任せる。
わかりました。それとアメリカに回ったレポートの一部ですが、アメリカ政府内で評価が上がっているとの情報を得ています。
So they're looking for chapters of a document. I wonder if it's something Yuko Sensei made, because like I could see it, like something that she produced being very valuable, especially if she had a kind of a record of like what's going on with all of this stuff.
これだけ予測が的中していれば、その価値を認めざるを得ないはずです。それはつまり、閣下の話に耳を傾けねばならないということ。
Oh, okay. The report. Okay, so this is most likely like more related to Takaru itself.
噂の情報源は
仙道専務です。
Interesting.
なるほど。仙道が踊らされている可能性は。
本人も同じことを指摘しておりました。判断は任せると。
彼らしいな。先方が開示を求めてくる前にレポートを完全なものにしておきたい。
Interesting.
承知しております。
責任は全て俺が取る。良きに計らえ。
I'm really trying to decipher what's going on here, but I'm frankly at a loss. Like, I'm sure there's just stuff going right over my head that you guys are probably like, why aren't you seeing it?
よい。
The document. What could that document be? Like, I feel like I should know.
やけどの方は広範囲ではありますが、熱傷深度は高くありませんので、3週間もすれば寛解すると思います。
Okay,
入院
burns.
も長くは必要ないでしょう。
In her own suit. I guess that makes sense. The radiation just kind of probably essentially cooked her.
そうですか。
任務でしょうから無茶をするなとは言えませんが、もう少しひどかったら皮膚を削ぎ落として再生させないといけなかったんですよ。再生医療は昔に比べると進歩していますが、それでもやけどは厄介ですからね。気をつけてください。
わかりました。
それでは注意。申し訳ないですが、今日は診察が多いのでね。これで失礼してよろしいかな。
あ、はい。ありがとうございました。
あれ？立浪ちゃんか。
Is that who I think it is? I know that voice. Yeah!
元気か？
Hey, Agami. How you doing?
大神注意。もう動けるようになったんですか？
動けるっつうか、これじゃ全然動けないけどな。
Hey, that's something, man. That's progress, Okami. Still strong.
反応に困るんですけど。
冗談はさておき、今日からだよ。さっき車椅子借りたとこ。今は麻酔打ってもらってるから痛くねえんだ。しかし賑やかだな。この間の怪我人も退院してないってのに上乗せだもんな。なあ、仙道が入ったんだって。
Yeah.
あ、ええ。ちょっと火傷を負いまして、しばらく入院します。って、よく知ってますね。
病室どこだよ。
2階の南端で、まだ数日は面会できません。
Dang it. I hope she's okay.
そっか。んじゃ、後で顔出してみるか。で、今さらっと妙なこと口走りやがったな。やけどだ。なんでだよ。英氏からは一番遠い怪我じゃねえの？
Yeah, nukes do that, but I'm guessing he can't. Ah, foot in my mouth. No one but the people who took part in the operation know the French used nuclear weapons.
そうか。核ミサイルが落ちたって話は本当だったんだな。
I didn't say that.
やっぱり隠しきれませんか。情報の伝達に関しちゃ100年ぐらい退化したと思ってたんですが。
一部については事実だよ。そいつを逆手に取ったバカが言いやがったのさ。
And get a pilot drunk. When they get back, they're gonna say something.
核ミサイルがシアトルに降ってくるってデマを流した野郎がいたんだと。フランス側の仕業だろうけどな。
Yeah, that actually would make sense. Like the panic being started by French operatives, likely trying to like make sure that they had all the tools necessary. That once they gained control of the nukes, that the people would be in riots. You know, kind of forcing the hand of the politicians.
ここも一時は大変だったんだぜ。避難っつっても俺動けないじゃん。置いてけぼりにされてさ。
God, that sucks. Jeez.
その前に検査やっててさ、麻酔で寝てたわけ。目覚めたら誰もいないんだぜ。
God, that would have been terrifying. Oh.
そりゃひどいですね。
残ってくれてた先生に思わず文句言っちまったよ。
Well, I mean, they're the ones you should have been like nice to. They're the ones that stuck around.
まあ、言いたくもなります。
なんで叩き起こさねえんだ。話題に乗り遅れちまっただろ。ってな。
She's such a goofball. I love Ogami. Ogami's great. We didn't need the clown nose honk.
こういうのは最初が肝心なんだよ。なんつうの？乗るしかないじゃん。そういうビッグウェーブはさ。それを。惜しいことしたぜ。
軽いっすね。
Yeah. Yeah, for the optimist, this one.
だってシアトルに書くなんてお前らがいる以上はありえないって思ったしさ。でもどっかには落ちたわけだ。
コロラド州のシャイアンマウンテン空軍基地です。ノーラッドの本拠地で、そこをフランス軍から奪還する任務でした。
Yeah.
ノーラッドを奪還？あそこはもう無酸素地帯じゃねえの？あんなところで戦闘しやがったのか。なあ、話せる範囲でいいから教えてくれよ。何があったのか。
I've already told you classified stuff.
なるほどね。核で脅しか。それを国がやったっつんだから世も末だな。
Frankly, if we've exhausted enough resources, it still might be with the beta of rebuilding.
それにしても言ってて自分をぶん殴りたくなってきましたよ。結局俺たちは何もできなかった。
Couldn't clear a way for the special forces, couldn't break through our entry point, the royal guard had to bail us out, and I exposed my subordinates to needless danger.
一体俺たちはあそこに何しに行ったんだ。
You were a distraction. It's sad, but it's true. It's clear with the U.S. operatives and like how they were moving in tunnels that weren't on the battle maps. They were able to get people into the base and find out about the nuke being deployed. Like, they already had people in the base by that time, even though, like, the escort to get in wasn't actually there yet with special forces. Clearly, the entire operation with the Japanese was a front. Like, obviously, if they'd been successful, great. But they were essentially the bluff for the real operatives to get in undetected. I knew the spotlight would be on us as a representative of the IGMDF, swapping our elements around before a battle like this. Why'd I even do that? Our reputation ain't gonna last forever. You know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And I guess I've gotten a little too big for my britches. I was arrogant as hell, and in the end, the people in my squad were the ones who suffered for it.
そう自分を責めるなよ。もともと想定が曖昧すぎたんだ。翻弄されるのは道理だろ。
Yeah, I don't think I think he's taking things too difficultly. Like, it makes sense. Like, Yuzuka nearly died. And she might have, like, permanent life-altering, like, injuries right now. Like, you can't just walk away from that and be like, oh yeah, no, it's fine, we did okay, I did my best, you know? Like, of course you're gonna feel like garbage, but, like, I do think he did okay. And I think changing up the squads was actually a decent idea. They reverted back when they needed to. They adapted and changed. That's part of what makes a good squad, is the fact that they can roll with the punches and try and make the best of a situation. And they did really, really well, I think.
その状況で少なくとも注意の隊は一人の損失も出さずに帰還した。
Yeah, 'cause
立派なもんだよ。
yeah, you're talking about a battlefield, like, where you were, like, maybe not outnumbered, but outmaneuvered. You were charging into a defensive position, and they dropped a nuke on you, and you all got away. That's pretty impressive.
でも俺はユズカのジャンプユニットが被弾したことを知ってたんですよ。知っていて無理をさせた。あの時に適切な判断をしていれば。
No. What else could you have done? The only other option would have been to, like, bunker down inside the NORAD base, which you didn't have access to.
じゃあお前はさ、その時に核がどこに落ちてどこまで避難する必要があるのか全部分かってたっていうのか。
Not till it was too late.
それはでも俺はユズカの救出に夢中になるあまりエレンまで危険な状況にいたことにも気づけなかった。
Okay, but you're human. Humans make those kinds of mistakes. Like, it's okay, dude. And she's fine.
部下の状況確認は最優先事項だったのに。
I would also say, Hibiki, if you were that desperate to find Yuzuka, it sounds like you've got stuff you haven't said yet. Like, I know Ellen, like, kind of jokes about you being in love with her and all that, but, like, there's clearly stuff you haven't resolved with her that you really probably should take the time to resolve.
まあそれについちゃ隊長としては確かにまずいわな。
Gabi, great.
フレームが歪んで核の外気にさらされたまま放置か。強化装備にメット着用とはいえ不安だよな。
もちろんです。完全に隊長失格ですよ。
No.
でもよ、隊長としては失格でも男としては合格なんじゃねえの？ある意味。
That's a great position. You screwed up big time as a commander, you know, cold, like, battlefield calculus. But as a man, as a human, he did do the right thing.
注意は仙道と付き合ってるんだろ？なら命に変えても救わないとな。
ユズカと俺はそんなんじゃないっすよ。
Hibiki, I don't care if you, like, think that. There's something going on because of how you reacted. You need to actually think about that.
今更隠すことでもねえだろ。
いやだから大体ですね、体内でそういう話はうち女ばっかりなんですよ。
知ってるよ。それ言うんならなおさらはっきりしてくれよ。
Hey, isn't that straight off the officer manual?
あんまり横から口出すことじゃないけどさ、女ばっかりだからはっきりさせろってこともあるだろ。
Yeah, exactly. If you keep things ambiguous, then it's just gonna keep things ambiguous, and that's not good.
蛇の生殺しっつうか、真綿で首絞めるっつうか、そういうのは辛いから、なんだ、いっそ一思いにとどめさせてもらった方が楽っていうか。
I'm pretty sure you guys know this, the analogy she's referring to, but the analogy is pretty simple. It's like if you took a frog, you drop it in hot water, it'll jump out because it's like, ow, that's hot. But if you take a frog, put it in cool water, and then slowly raise the temperature, the frog doesn't really notice the changes in time and kind of gets comfortable and just sticks around, and next thing you know, you got a boiled frog. Now, obviously, I don't support boiling of frogs, especially live frogs. I mean, if you're making food, you know, that's one thing. But, like, you don't boil live frogs. And then also, you don't do it just for the sake of like, a story. But the idea is simple.
大体女の子を自分の周囲にはべらせておいて好意寄せられてるのを理解してるのに結論出さないなんてうんこ野郎のすることだぞ
I mean, she's got a point.
いくら料理がうまくても俺が許さん
Exactly. And unless you're going a harem route, like, you really need to lie in the sand. And here's the thing he's got to do is like, if he genuinely has no interest in any of them, that line in the sand needs to be about all of them being off the table, right? If he's interested in one of them, he needs to draw the line in the sand, say, this is the person I would be interested in dating. Like, it sucks because it feels like you're putting in an ultimatum, but, like, at the same time, because unit cohesion is really important, like, she's got a point. Like, whether it's, like, one of them, all of them, or none of them, whatever that choice may be, the fact that all of them is, like, practical on the table, but the sad thing is that to say the world, it might be. But that line's got to be drawn. What does cooking have to do with anything?
俺もその手の話はからっきしだけどそっちもひでえもんだな英雄さんよどんだけ鈍いんだ
I freaking agree, Ogami. He's pretty though.
あのさ仙道を助けようとした時の気持ちもう一回よーく思い出してみたらどうだ
This might make a good thumbnail, actually, just having her in the... Because I love Ogami. She's so great. But yeah, come on. Wake up.
何でも欲望のままに生きろとは言わねえけどこんなご時世だもう少し好きに生きたって罰は当たらないと思うけどな
Even more so. Like, before the Babylon disaster, I think that's a sound argument to make. Like, if the world could end at any time, you might as well, like, you know, pursue your life goals and dreams. But, like, now, it's like, the world practically has ended.
Huh?
January 7th. First, the Battle of the Plant and the border skirmish with the Canadians, and before we're even back on our feet, we have to deal with the fallout from NORAD on top. Seems all we're doing these days is licking our wounds.
お疲れ様です何してるんですか
Hi! Sorry we came back with so many trashed TSFs again.
別に知らぬいを眺めてたんだよ作業進んでないみたいだなって
それ言っちゃいますか除染に時間がかかったんですよ作業が始まったのは実質今朝です
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's protocols, man.
そっか
おまけにパーツ供給が致命的なまでに間に合ってないんですよ特に今回は廃棄しなきゃいけないパーツが多いですし
Right.
ああ核を近場で食らっちまったしな
報告書読んでぶっ飛びましたよお体なんともないですか
ああさすがに強化装備と完成ユニットは優秀だよ対放射能性能を実地試験したのは何人目なのかまでは知らんけど
No, I imagine that was intentional partially because I'm sure that they realized by the time they were developing fortified suits that nukes were going to be necessary. Because I imagine that the fortified suits were developed like during the moon fighting and on Earth. So like, it feels like it just makes sense to keep radiation in mind. They're supposed to be made with radiation resistant materials at least. But no one's any idea what effect taking a blast like that at almost point blank range might have on a human body. Wait and see, I guess.
仙道少尉早く退院できるといいですね
大丈夫だよ爆心地からはかなり離れてたからなさすがに無傷とはいかなかったけど
Yeah. If she'd been exposed to even higher radiation dose, her cellular tissue would have been wrecked, leading to total organ failure.
仙道少尉の期待 廃棄処分になりましたよ。パーツ取りもできませんでした。
Dang. You know, one of the sad things is that there's a very real chance, like, I mean, I don't know if it was even in the cards for her, obviously, but with how intensive that radiation burst was, and maybe even, like even if they were able to cleanse her system a bit, like I said, like, the radiation essentially cooked her. And that's, like, the stuff that got absorbed by her skin. There's stuff that went straight through. There's a chance she could just be flat out sterile, if not developing cancer as we speak. No surprise.
エレン機はどうだ？
ああ、あれもかなりやられてましたね。でも下半身はそんなにひどくもなかったので、パーツは取れます。
2 TSFs down.
爆風に巻き込まれて前のめりに突っ込んだんでしょう。フレームも歪んでて相当な衝撃だったと思いますけど、お怪我がなくてよかったです。
Yeah. Ironically, like, it's not something you could have done because they, like, every inch they got further away was more advantageous than positioning. But if they could have, like, thrown their TSS prone, like, as the detonation happened, that would have been the best. Like it's the same with a person. Like, if they had been able to be prone, the shockwave would have, like, passed over them. Like, it still could have been damaging, probably would have knocked them flying, but, like, I think it would have been better in the long run. So that's what happened.
でもどうしましょう。
どうした？
注意だから言いますけど、全部の機体を修理することはできません。
Yeah.
完璧に無理です。
That's kind of what I thought. My guess is that there are going to be flights that are going to be essentially, like, grounded. Like, just not because, like, they're not skilled, but just because we don't have equipment anymore. Like, we've been struggling up till now. There's no way we can just bounce back from this. Until they get a factory built, like, we might have to have people rotating through TSFs.
そうか。
なのに差し当たっての共食い整備も禁止されてるんです。どうしろって言うんですかね。
Yeah, I'm guessing that they need to be ready to mobilize. She hasn't heard about Kawasaki's plans yet. Maybe I should break the news to her? What's that?
何か考えがあるんだろう。現状で仮にまた戦闘になった時は、アメリカ軍と近衛軍が出る話になってるしな。
Yeah.
考えってまさかフランス側から機体を接収してくるとか？
That would make sense. Because of what the French did, I imagine a big part of, like, the peace deal is going to be a demilitarization. So they're going to essentially say, like, hey, we're going to take responsibility for your citizenry, but you have to give up your sovereignty and you have to give up all of your military personnel and, like, equipment.
手段としては面白いけど、そんなことして意味あるのか？こっちじゃ運用できないだろう。整備も操縦も。
ですよね。ただの思いつきでした。
She wasn't completely off the mark, though. We'll be using some foreign TSFs, except it's going to be Eagles, not Rafales. Well, I wish I could spill the beans on that.
ところで、エレンとミオのを見なかったか？
いえ、今日は見ていませんけど。
そうか。ユズカのところに一緒に行こうと思ったんだが。
あ、それならぜひ見つけてくださいよ。お見舞いに行くたびに仙道少尉が眠っていて話ができないって残念がってましたから。
Yeah.
自主トレかな。
最近はシミュレータールームもろくに使えませんしね。理由がこの絵軍じゃ文句も言えませんけど。
Oh, of course they have.
まあな。二人とは今度示し合わせていくよ。今日はもう行かないと時間切れになっちまう。
So we actually are going to be able to see her.
立浪です。仙道少尉、いますか？
No response. That's weird. Maybe she's asleep or something? Nothing I can do about it. I'll go kill some time with Lieutenant Ogami.
どうぞ。
Oh. Oh.
すみません。そちらで話していただけますか？
She feels self-conscious.
ああ、おう。
すみません。まだジェルシートで全身覆われてるので。
Yeah, of course she doesn't want me to see her like this.
悪い。配慮が足りなかった。
いえ、お気になさらず。そこに予備の椅子があると思うので使ってください。
At least she's talking, but I don't like her tone.
ああ。
I'm kind of terrified.
調子はどうだ？痛いところあるか？
Congratulations, me. You just asked the stupidest question of all time. No shit, she's in pain. What the heck am I even thinking?
ちょっと熱が出てますね。でもあと数日頑張ればいいみたいですから。
そっか。先生に聞いたけど、傷跡は残らないで済むみたいだな。よかったよ。
That is lucky.
そうみたいですね。
She obviously down in the dumps, and just talking to me is bound to be pretty taxing, physically speaking. Better cut my visit short.
ちなみに何か欲しいものはあるか？あれば何とかするぜ。
特には何も。今はこんなですから、ひとまず不自由はありません。
Ah, come on! You do need to talk!
そっか。
ご心配かけてすみません。エレンとしずくちゃんにもお伝えください。
ああ、どうも見舞いに来てもタイミングが悪いらしいからな。
ええ、私が寝ちゃってるみたいで。
Or maybe she didn't want to see him.
気にするな。今は寝るのが仕事だろ。元気になったらゆっくり話せばいい。
はい。
じゃあ俺も今日のところは帰るかな。悪かったな。
No.
突然顔出して。
注意すみませんが、少し時間をもらえませんか？
Oh
注
boy.
意にお話ししたいことがあるん
Oh
です。
boy. I have a feeling it's not going to be the happy fun talk I would love for them to have.
ありがとうございます。生きて帰ってから言います。
Is she going to tell me what she couldn't say back then? No. I have a feeling it's going to be a not fun thing.
実は
おう。
以前に大陸横断の記憶が戻ったと周囲はおっしゃってましたよね。
Right. Wait, what? I'm sure this is going to be about something else.
ああ、完全じゃないけど大体のところは思い出した。
そのことを後悔していませんか？
ああ、してない。
私は治療に反対しましたけど、それを振り切って処置したこと、良かったと思いますか？
Yeah, she might just spill the beans on like the truth, the real truth.
思ってる。どんなに苦しくても逃げちゃダメだ。
She's like, crap. Now I think I have to tell him because, like, this is again a wake up call for them both of like how fragile life is. Past would have haunted me forever. I had to face my sins head on. Here we go.
それがどうした？
違います。
What?
周囲の記憶には大きな間違いがあるんです。
They're all wrong. How? What is she talking about?
催眠暗示は決して万能ではありません。記憶が抜け落ちたり、時には捏造されてしまうこともあります。
それは知ってる。だけど俺がそうだっていうのか。
Oh boy. Are my memories not real? Oh, this is gonna suck. I can already tell.
本当のことをお話しさせてください。
わかった。頼む。
We have to keep going. My memories can't be wrong, can they? I mean, they make an awful lot of sense. Asagi went mad, and I took care of her. We made a promise. Two of us would return to Japan together, and I'm the one who broke it.
大解放の後、私たちの船の機関部が損傷し、アメリカ軍に救助されました。
ああ、覚えてるよ。
We were scrambling to abandon ship, trying to make sure as many of us as possible survived, and to bring along the stuff we could.
はい。ボクサーでの注意はお元気でした。積極的にみんなと交わって、みんなの気分をほぐしてくれましたね。
Right.
アメリカ軍人は陽気だったからな。
Guys were having a hard time, no different from us, but they did their best to put on a brave face. I remember thinking I should follow their lead.
注意の心が疲れ出したのは、 あの事故からだと思っています。
When we had to fight other people.
注意が撃ち漏らした敵がボクサーに特攻するのを見てから。
Oh, crap. I didn't realize that he'd failed to stop him.
俺たちの船が被弾区域からの浸水確認。火災発生。
First time in my life I had another person in my sights. Fought against the beta plenty of times before, but that did nothing to prepare me for how hard it would be to pull the trigger on a fellow human being. I just couldn't do it. My American comrades in arms, the people who extended the hand to us when we were at our rock bottom, paid the ultimate price for my cowardice.
あれ以来注意は時々塞ぎ込まれるようになりました。
Right.
それからカナダ領内で戦い、私たちは敗れました。
潮嵐がひどい。フィルターの確認は怠るな。水分は定期的に取れ。でないと干上がるぞ。
Yeah. Salt in excessive quantities like that is terrible.
さあ、みんな立つんだ。電源を抜けるまでが勝負だ。
行きましょう。注意。そしてあの長い旅の中でみんなが徐々に壊れていきました。
こいつら狂ってやがる。
これも人間の業だ。
狂ってるんだよ。あんたも私もこいつらも。ちくしょう、死んじま
朝霧、これも生き延びるための現実だ。
でも注意は逆に少しずつ立ち直ってくれました。
So, he somehow, like, they talk about people in crisis. A good example of this is I heard a kind of a philosophy lecture on faith. It was talking about how do people respond in a crisis to faith, like when things go south, like when things stop going your way, when you start watching your world crumbling around you. Some people turn to God and blame him or her or them for their problems, turning away from the traditions of their fathers and rebelling often violently against them. Others become more fervent, more feverish, more zealous, and their faith is infused and inflamed by those trials. And I think that that's just a dichotomy of humanity in all situations. So whilst it may not be about faith in particular, while all of them started to lose hope, maybe faith in humanity, somehow Hibiki started to become more inflamed by it.
よく覚えているんです。他の人がボロボロに消耗していく中で注意だけが
That'd be weird. Yeah, that definitely doesn't feel right.
だんだんと回復していって
So his impression was like, but that's kind of opposite because Yuzuka made it sound like she drug him across everything.
私にはそれが不思議で仕方がありませんでした。この人は自分より他人の痛みの方が心に刺さる人なんだって。
Is that how she sees me?
私はいつも自分のことだけで手一杯で。だから。
That doesn't sound like the Yuzuka I know at all. She's been on top of everything since day one.
それからしばらくしてみんなを支えてくれた隊長が亡くなりました。
Passed away is the way to put it.
そんなのってなんで であんたが真っ先に脱落しちまうのさ。
昨日寺本少尉が亡くなってから少し様子が。
それが自殺の言い訳になるのかよ。ふざけんな。
覚えていらっしゃいますか？あれから注意は隊長の代わりを務めてくれました。
This is where the story definitely differs.
仲間が次々と脱落していく中でみんなを励まし、浅木少尉を支えて日本に帰ったらああしようこうしようって夢を語ってくれて、ご自分だって不安を抱えているはずなのに。
So he buried and buried and buried everyone else's pain, trying to desperately keep them together. Oh gosh.
浅木少尉も注意の話を聞くと穏やかになって、多分私はその姿を羨ましく思っていました。
So Yuzuka was getting jealous. Maybe not even necessarily of Hibiki, but the closeness that they had, the bond that they shared, the burden Asagi was able to kind of heft on him.
変ですよね。だって私、最初は注意のことがすごく苦手だったんですから。
そうだったのか。
やっぱり気づいてなかったですか？
Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't.
ああ、いや、貸し基地だろ。思い当たる節はあるよ。正直、こっちもお前みたいなタイプは初めてだったし。
One of your kind? Wouldn't it be better to say something like someone like you? It's only natural. A working class dude like me would never cross paths with a rich chick like Yuzuka. I realized right away the two of us lived completely different worlds. That's why I have completely different outlooks on life.
注意は人懐っこくていたずら好きで、すぐに周囲と溶け込んで、バカなことを言うかと思えばみんなに気を使って。知ってます？隊長は注意のこと、うちの部隊の末っ子だなんて言ってたんですよ。
末っ子。
Crap, even the commander took digs at my height.
ずるいなーって思いました。基地のみんなになれるまで私がどれだけ苦労したのか分かってるのって。
Oh. Maybe she envied Hibiki. Interesting.
なんというか、すまん。
A literal aristocrat mingling with the rabble. Yuzuka must have felt so incredibly out of her element during our days at Kenshi Base.
俺が下町で育ったからじゃねえかな。無遠慮っつうか、3軒隣まで家族っていうかさ、プライベートがないってことに対してあんまり抵抗がないんだよな。
There's also personality though. Like you can have somebody grow up in any environment and they can still be better equipped to handle things like that. The commander wasn't happy about my stepping over everyone's boundaries like it was no big deal. But it wasn't all bad. Yuzuka wasn't exactly fond of me by her own account, but it seems she considered my rudeness a quality of sorts.
羨ましかった。私は家から逃げてきましたから。
So yeah, she signed on without her family wanting her to. Figured that's what happened. She had a strained relationship with her family going all the way back.
注意ご存知でしたか？私が貸し基地になれたのは浅木少尉のおかげが大きかったんですよ。
Oh, they were best friends.
いや、そうだったんだ。ところで、お前の方が配属早かったの忘れてないか？
そうでしたね。浅木少尉はいつまで経っても軍になれない私にいろいろとおせっかいを焼いてくれて。
Okay.
姉御体質だったからな、あいつ。
千の前髪事件って覚えてますか？
Bang's butcher affair?
それはもちろんあの時はすまん。
What was that?
あれを解決してくれたのも浅木少尉でした。
Hell hath no fury like a group of women with a grudge to bear. Man, I shudder to think what would have happened if Matsukaze and me if Asagi'd been the vengeful type.
でも実は心の中では楽しかったです。私友達が多いタイプではなかったので。
Okay. I can imagine they talked about it, but for some reason I can't remember what that was.
意外だよ。お前みたいなのがクラスにいたら人気者になってたと思うんだけどな。
階級社会って新参者には厳しいんですよ。成り上がりの起業家の娘ごときが立ち入ってはいけない世界もあるみたいです。
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, you have resources and power, like, oh, you're just everyone else. It's like, no. Especially with a class system like they have in this Japan. That explains a lot, actually.
家の中でも徴用の書は厳格に定められていて、私の自由にできることなんかほとんどなかった。物質的なことで不満を持ったことはありません。でも私の周りには誰もいませんでした。
What an interesting trade. Which would you rather have?
友人も先生も兄弟も
What would, oh, yeah, sorry. What would you rather have? Like, would you want to be lacking in material things but have the emotional support of a loving family? Or would you prefer to have like all of your worldly needs met and exceeded, but emotionally island?
それだけが原因じゃないんですけど、家にいることが苦痛になった私は父から逃げるようにして軍に入隊しました。軍に逃げてそこでも馴染めなくて、浅木少尉に助けてもらって。
And the rest is history.
覚えていますか？浅木少尉がだんだん壊れていったの。
これあんたに渡しとく。私が眠ったら私の頭を打ち抜いてくれ。
Oh gosh, could you imagine actually someone asking you to do that? I think that would break me. It's like learning about a friend who commits suicide is something that's actually happened to me. And it's tough. And it's shocking. But imagine somebody asking you to help them along. Just them asking me, that sincerity of them being like, look, I trust you enough to do this. Terrible, terrible thing is just nuts.
Oi.
It'd break my heart immediately.
頼むよ。私は怖くて引き金なんか引けないんだ。
やめてくれよ。
もう嫌だ。もう嫌なんだ。撃ってくれ、立浪。今でもいい。
やめろって。
頼む。もう嫌なんだ。こんなとこで。もうこんなの人間じゃない。
落ち着いてくれ。大丈夫だ。俺がついてるから。アサギ、お前は強い女だろ。誰よりも勇敢だったじゃないか。大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
お願いだから、ここから私を。
大丈夫。俺たちは絶対に帰れるから。落ち着けって。
殺して、殺して、お願い。
覚えてるよ。
Asagi went mad. She was tough but kind, yet by the end of her journey, not a trace of her former self remained. She was long gone, long before she met her end, and somewhere deep inside me, I knew all along.
では、浅木少尉の最後も記憶していますか？
ああ。
私に語ってくれますか？
そこが
The part that's not true. I didn't expect to be this emotionally destroyed right now. It has to be.
わかった。俺の記憶を話す。日付は覚えていない。確かあの頃にはもう俺とお前とアサギしか残ってなかったと思う。限界になっていたアサギが暴れ出してナイフでお前を殺そうとして。
やめろ！
だから俺はお前を守ろうとしてあいつを。
浅木少尉をどうしたんですか？
銃で撃った。
撃った後どうなりましたか？
Oh no.
浅木少尉を銃で撃った後、少尉はどうなったのか。
Oh no.
どうって命中して、それで動くな！
殺そうとしやがったな！
あれ？
What the heck was that?
俺はアサギに命中させていない。
そうです。確かに注意は打ちました。でもそれは警告です。
He still hadn't killed the person.
当ててはいませんでした。
He still couldn't do it.
そうだ、あいつは死んでない。
Then what's gonna happen is that she came at Hibiki intending to kill him, and Yuzuka stepped in. But Asagi's dead. That's a fact. So who killed her?
注意。
いやでもそうだよ。その後あいつは俺に馬乗りになってナイフを振り下ろしたんだ。その時に俺はさらに数発撃った。
本当に撃ちました。その記憶があるんですか？
Think, Hibiki, come on.
立浪注意。ありがとうございます。
なんだよ。
For refusing to see her as a monster.
そこまで私のことを信じてくれて、かばってくれて、心を痛めてくれて、本当に感謝しています。注意は断るごとに言いますよね。注意を救ったのは私だと。自分が諦めた命を私が諦めなかったからシアトルにたどり着いたんだと。
本当のことだろう。
注意を守るのは絶対の約束です。それを破ったら私は存在できません。救う。
何言ってるんだ。
それが浅木少尉との約束だったんです。たとえ何があったって、ましてや注意は私の罪を一身に背負ってしまった。心が壊れてしまった。自分より他人の痛みの方が心に刺さる人だから。それなのに、私はどこまでも悲劇のヒロインを気取ったお嬢様だったんです。自分を認めてほしいだけの身勝手な女だった。 浅木少尉の命を私はずっと無駄にし続けていた。注意から寄せられる信頼が嬉しかったから。罪の意識がなかったわけじゃない。でも何も知らない注意のそばにいられることの幸せが手放せなかったんです。
No wonder she kept saying she was selfish.
でも間違いだと今回の作戦ではっきり気づきました。核が迫る中心によぎったこと、それは楽しかった思い出でも大切な人への別れの言葉でもなく、このまま私が死んでしまったら注意は何も知らずに生き続けることになるかもしれないということでした。そんなことは嫌だと思ったけど、もう遅かった。私はあの時後悔しながら死んでいてもおかしくなかった。こうして生きていられるのは奇跡です。もうこんなことは起こらない。だから私の罪を思い出していただきたいんです。
なんだよ罪って。お前にそんなものあるわけねえだろ。
もう気づいているんじゃありませんか。浅木少尉がなぜ亡くなったのか。注意でないのなら残りは一人だけです。私が浅木少尉を殺しました。
It was to protect him.
精神のタガが外れてしまった人に普通の人間が力で抵抗することなんてできるわけがありません。注意は簡単に銃を飛ばされ、武器もなく振り下ろされるナイフに押し負けそうになっていた。だから
やめろ朝日。やめ。
死のうぜ。もうやだ、こんな世界。お前も本当は苦しいんだろなあ。だったら死のう、一緒に。
With an axe. Oh, that makes it even more terrifying with how quickly she grabs an axe.
お願い、連れて行かないで。
Oh, fetch, man.
私が守りますから。この世界でも私が注意を守りますから。
あったら一撃で殺せ、このクズ野郎。悲劇のヒロイン気取りのお嬢がこの後に及んでそんなにてめえを認めてほしいのかよ。こいつを守るのが嘘じゃねえっつうなら本気で取りに来な。やられ。
ゆずか。あ、詐欺。
私は本気です。
そんな。
こった出来事の真実です。少尉を殺したのは私です。少尉はあんな状態でも私の心を的確に見抜いていました。本当に注意を守る覚悟があったのなら一撃で殺すべきだったのに、私はそうしなかった。殺すのは仕方のないことだと注意に認めてほしかったから。朝木少尉は私を厳しく戒めました。本気ならやられる前にやれと、自らの首を差し出してくれたんです。その首をはねた瞬間から私は
Sorry, I clicked early. When I decapitated her, the pact was sealed. Yes, I would fully bear responsibility for protecting you no matter what came. So that's why Yuzuka was so obsessed with my well-being.
それを認めて許してもらおうなんていう気持ちは少しもなかったつもりでした。罪は私一人で被ればいい。だから注意は嫌な記憶を失ったままでいいんだと思ってた。
No, he needed to, though.
だけど記憶がないばかりに注意は私に感謝して、私はそれを受け入れていたんですよ。
I don't know. It was horrible, but perhaps that's also why he trusted you. And deep down inside, he knew that you were willing to do whatever it took.
人はそれを認めてもらいたかったって言うんですよね。
そんなの何を言ったってそうだろ。
私は父に認めてほしくてずっと反発してきました。姉や兄の予備ではなく私という人間を認めてほしかった。私がそれを求めるのは私という人間の本性なんです。いかに甘えだったかをこの間の作戦で思い知りました。死の間際のことだけじゃない。注意のエレメントを外され独り立ちしろと言われたこともその一つです。
Oh, wow.
ゆずか、
もしも思い出していただけなくてもこれは全て事実です。
そうか。なあ、ゆずか。
はい。
お前は今の話、何のために話したんだ？自分が楽になりたいから、じゃないよな。全ての真相を明らかにした上で、それでもお前は俺を守り続けるつもりなのか？
はい。
俺が断ったら
ご迷惑にならない方法を見つけます。私には今までそれも足りていませんでしたから。
Yeah.
注意と肩を並べて戦うのも方法の一つだと気づけましたし、本当幼いですね、私。
じゃあそれは義務だからなのか？
そんなことはありません。でもそういう気持ちがないと言えば嘘になります。それが浅木少尉との約束ですから。
そうか。俺はお前がいたおかげでここにこうしていられる。同じことが何度積み重なったかいちいち覚えてないほどにな。だから俺はこれからもお前に感謝し続けるし、それを言うし、同じことを望むよ。
God, but she wants something to change. She just confessed to you. I know it was lost in a lot of other stuff, but she wants...
ただ嫌なら断ってくれてもいいけど、 その気があるんならできれば義務感じゃない方がいい。
注意。
あとさ、お前は認めて欲しかったっていう気持ちを甘えだと言うが、そんなことはないだろう。それどころか、人って普通そのために頑張って生きてるんじゃないのか。俺にはお前が自分で自分の心を縛ってるようにしか思えない。
注意。最後にもう一つだけ。
ああ、いいぜ。
でもその前に見ていただきたいものが。
わかった。なんだ。
それは私の部屋にしまってあります。私の更衣室のロッカーの私物はエレンが預かっているはずなので、部屋の鍵は彼女から受け取ってください。クローゼットの中の書類棚の一番上。
Okay. I kind of want to just see what it is, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more intense than just that. So let's go ahead and stop it here, because that's a lot to digest. Gosh darn it. Didn't think we'd get manly tears today, but just that reality of that situation just really hit home for me today for some reason. Just how terrible, how awful that was. And I think there's more to be revealed, apparently. So it's also terrifying. I had a weird thought occur to me. Because I've always thought it's odd how much hype there is around characters that are yanderes. You know, characters who are willing to kill to, like, protect you and your feelings and, like, their love. I think Yuzuka might be what I would consider to be the closest thing to a real-life yandere. Which is, like, it's not realistic for someone to be like, I love you so much I'm going to kill you. Like, that's a psychopath. Yuzuka's not a psychopath. But she made the choice to do whatever it took to protect Hibiki. She sacrificed by her own hand the life of her best friend to save the man she loved. She gave everything, including her sanity, essentially, to save his life because she cared about him and loved him and loves him. It's not that she wants to kill him or see those around him harmed. It's that she understands just how precious life is and is willing to fight to defend it. She is a soldier. But being forced to choose between the sane person whom you love and the insane best friend, it makes sense that her first attack didn't have the heft it needed. Horrible. Genuinely terrible. I can't even imagine what the next few weeks were like for the two of them. I imagine they both broke. Hibiki and Yuzuka. I imagine they both were just shattered shells after that point. And I still think there's more to be revealed about the whole food situation and the reality of what that was, because I'm pretty sure that there was reality that they're still trying not to think about. Heavy stuff, man. Everyone ready for Christmas? Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna leave it here for today. There's just a lot to think about and digest, and I want to be kind of like in the presence of mind for next week's episode where we get to see what's in this envelope and what it reveals. I really wonder how this is all gonna play out, how this ends. Because I don't know. I still love Yuzuka as a character. I think she's great. I kind of wish they would end up together, but now I'm not sure they can. Can they? After all that? On one hand, you could argue that they've done everything. They've literally done everything you can think of to support and care for one another. But there's a lot of baggage that comes with that too. And I don't know if it's something that can just be overcome. So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. But anyway, thank you guys for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel and for joining me for this episode. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We have a new patron, officially, lab member. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for everyone who supports the channel directly. It means the world to me. I hope I can be worthy of your direct support. But the fact that you're even here watching this means the world to me too. Thank you so much. I hope I'm worthy of your views and that we can continue to make a fun and dynamic community to be able to grow and be a part of. I look forward to it. I look forward to continuing this story into the next year. So until the next video, watch with me after see me in next. I'll see you there.